Hey guys, this is Moses from the Moses is back. Previously I made a video on language skills. I said there are two categories of language skills, which are receptive skills, in which we have listening and reading, and productive skills, in which we have speaking, writing, and thinking. Now I would like to give the hierarchy while learning a language. What is the first skill that you should focus on, that you should develop first? What would be the first skill while learning English or French or Chinese, Japanese as a second or foreign language? In my opinion, and according to the experience I have, teaching I have, people I've taught, institutions of teaching I've seen, method and approaches I've read, I would advise you to start with the listening skill, which is the first and the most important skill while learning English. And even in the effortless English program system, we emphasize on listening above other skills such as speaking, reading, writing. We emphasize on listening too much, listening, and listening. And even among our 7 rules of the effortless English, there is listening as the most important skill to prioritize. People can ask, what about speaking? When you learn a second language, the first thing is you want to speak. Of course, you can speak if you have not heard before. Do you know Tarzan, that movie of the person who grew with animals and finally starting producing animal sounds? Why? Simply because the input they had was nothing regarding to language. It was all about animal sounds, cries, and so on. The more you listen, the more you speak. I always repeat, listening is more important than thinking, than speaking, than reading, and than writing. In terms of acquiring a second and foreign language, you only need to focus on 2 important skills or elements. The first one is listening skills. When you listen, it opens, it unlocks the spoken skill, the speaking skill. I hope you heard what I said. The more you listen, the more your spoken English becomes fluent and fluid. The more you read, the more your writing skills develop. And the more you read, the more you listen, the more your thinking capacity improves in the target language. So my advice would be, when you start learning a language, start with listening to become a good speaker. Then go to reading to become a good reader or a good writer. Then thinking will come on top of all of them. Why? Simply because you can't think if there is no subject to think on. You can just think if there is no idea or anything you saw. Can a person think of a skyscraper, a building, a high building, if he has never seen of it, something like that? People have been inspired by nature. To build a plane, people started thinking on birds, the way they fly, they have wings, and so on. To build a car, people got inspired from frogs, from insects, from animals, and so on, caterpillars, and so on. You get inspired before you make something. You don't think to begin with. Automatically you start with grammar rules. They let you think, and automatically you will never speak anything, because you start by thinking about something you don't know. Start first listening and reading, then you will think, write, and speak in the end. So I would advise you, if you learn English, don't focus on speaking and writing. It is useless, and especially in schools, this is the thing teachers do most. Speaking too much and writing too much, which are useless. You don't have to speak too much and to write too much. You only need to listen too much and to read too much and think finally, and you start speaking and writing. Thank you so much. See you then.